The Enemy Inside and Out, a narrative analysis of cyber threats. The multifaceted nature of cybersecurity dictates that organizations must defend themselves on two distinct fronts. From the threats that lurk outside their perimeter, and perhaps more dangerously, from those that reside within. Cyber attacks do not discriminate by origin. They can stem from a trusted insider just as easily as from an anonymous external adversary, the vulnerability within internal threats. Internal threats represent a unique and potent risk to corporate stability. These threats originate from employees, contract staff, or trusted partners, individuals who already possess legitimate access to the organization's network. Whether acting out of malice or simple negligence, these insiders can cause severe disruptions. For instance, a distracted employee might inadvertently mishandle confidential data or invite malware into the corporate network by clicking on a malicious link embedded in a deceptive email. In other cases, a reckless action like plugging an infected USB drive into a workstation can instantly facilitate an outside attack. More sinister still are the intentional actions of malicious insiders who deliberately target and threaten the operations of internal servers and core network infrastructure devices. The perimeter assault, external threats. Conversely, external threats emerge from the outside world, born from actors who have no pre-existing relationship with the organization. These attackers range from curious amateurs to highly skilled cybercriminals, operating from beyond the corporate perimeter. They actively probe network architectures to exploit software vulnerabilities, attempt to gain unauthorized access to secure computing devices, or deploy sophisticated social engineering tactics designed to trick unsuspecting staff into surrendering sensitive organizational data. Case study: the breach at Apollo. The thin, often blurry line between these two threat vectors is perfectly illustrated by a recent security incident at Apollo. It began with a suspicious phishing email seemingly sent from the account of a verified customer. A subsequent forensic investigation into the message uncovered a glaring administrative oversight. The user accounts and access privileges of a former employee had not been fully removed from the IT systems upon their departure from the company. Leveraging this active backdoor, the ex-employee who had recently transitioned to employment with a direct competitor successfully logged into at Apollo's proprietary customer database just 3 days prior. This breach raises a critical question: should this be classified as an internal or an external security threat? While the attacker physically operated from the outside, the incident is fundamentally categorized as an internal threat. The ex-employee was able to launch the attack precisely because they relied on valid credentials and intimate insider knowledge of the organization's network. It is for this exact reason that internal threats possess the potential to cause far greater damage than external ones. An outside attacker must blind test defenses, whereas an insider already knows where the structural weaknesses lie and where the organization's most valuable data assets are kept. The spectrum of threat actors. Ultimately, the profile of a cyber attacker varies widely depending on their specific goals, motivations, and technical capabilities. Threat actors cannot be painted with a single brush. They span a wide spectrum. On one end are individuals seeking minor financial gain or personal notoriety. At the absolute extreme, highly organized groups and state-sponsored hackers can launch sophisticated cyber warfare against entire nations and states, wreaking widespread havoc on critical public computer systems, national infrastructure, and strategic networks.
Bạn muốn học mạng máy tính nhanh hơn, hiệu quả hơn và có người đồng hành xuyên suốt? Khóa học mạng máy tính 1 kèm 1 sẽ mang đến cho bạn một giảng viên hướng dẫn riêng, xây dựng lộ trình học phù hợp với trình độ và mục tiêu của bạn. Bạn sẽ được thực hành liên tục trên các bài lab thực tế, rèn luyện kỹ năng cấu hình và xử lý sự cố mạng như trong doanh nghiệp. Với lịch học linh hoạt, hỗ trợ tận tình và tập trung 100% vào sự tiến bộ của từng học viên, bạn sẽ tự tin chinh phục chứng chỉ kỹ sư mạng quốc tế và sẵn sàng bước vào sự nghiệp quản trị mạng doanh nghiệp. Khóa học mạng máy tính 1 kèm 1 học đúng trọng tâm, thực hành chuyên sâu, sẵn sàng cho công việc thực tế.